I got into sports because initially starting out, I was more of a cheer, dance type of girl, and I enjoyed it a lot, but my granddad was like, oh, you're gonna be pretty tall. So he got me into basketball, and I was pretty inconsistent with it throughout middle school, and then high school I got moved up to the varsity team, which I wasn't very good, but it was just a fun experience, and then I just continued to get better, and I enjoyed it, and so here I am now. I realized that I can want to play at the collegiate level when I was just doing really well coming from freshman year, not wanting to play basketball at all, to junior year, top player in the state, and, receiving all of these accolades within my city. And that was just a matter of like 1 or 2 years. So I just really stuck with it regardless of, what my experience level was, and it kind of benefited me today. What female has been the biggest influence to me today? I would say Asia Wilson. She is a member of the Las Vegas Aces team. I watched her games since she came out of high school in South Carolina, but she also played with the University of South Carolina. And she's just been my go-to player that I look to pattern myself after. I've watched her so much improve from when she was a freshman to senior, been like #1 WNBA draft pick. So yeah, she's been really big influence on me. I still follow her today, still my all-time favorite player, so I would say her. Advice that I would give to someone starting out in sports is to believe in yourself. Don't sell yourself short. Believe that you can go all the way, and if you're consistent with it, you're likely to get really good results and come out on top. So I would just say to not limit yourself, just go for it. What does it mean to be a woman in sports? It means a lot. Just what we've had to go through to get to this point. I'm very proud to be one of those women that is involved in this, and just bringing more exposure to us, fighting for our spot in, the sports world. So, I mean, it's big. I'm so happy to be a part of this, and even for the future, for my kids to come, I'm just gonna do the same thing and, push them and just be like, you got this. No matter what anyone says, you deserve to be here, and that's what it's all about. I believe the biggest barrier for the visibility of women's sports is the level of respect they receive. I feel like women in sports, we work just as hard, I feel like, as men do. And others, don't tend to see that because they still see us as, women are supposed to do this certain thing and this social level, but we're beyond that now. And I feel like once we receive that respect, then we won't be, looked upon as we're not capable of doing such thing, or not capable of achieving just as what the men do in sports. As a role model, I feel like, to continue doing what I'm doing, bringing awareness to it. I feel like, on Instagram and on, social media, you see a lot of slander when it comes to women's sports and people that don't even play sports, So I feel like just calling it out, continue to support other women in sports. If there's someone just like recently, Yoka Lee, I think she scored 61 points in NCAA. So just, celebrating her and just encouraging that, and just continuing to be supportive of other women, and, being confident in myself that I'm capable of doing everything that I can do in the sports world. I feel like as women, we need to support each other the most. I mean, without each other, it's like a really imbalance, because we usually don't tend to have the support of everyone else. So I just feel like as women, we have to stick together, support each other, encourage each other, strive to be the best that we can be, to be on the level that we need to be for including with everyone else. I feel like there has been some improvement in the balance in the NCAA world between, women in sports, but I feel like there could be so much more that is done as far as Title XI. I think that when it comes to NCAA tournament, recently, 2 years ago, we saw the conditions of how women, were treated in the NCAA tournament, whereas men, they had way more facilities, a lot more resources. So that's just a really huge difference. That's a really big standout. So I feel like, things like that we could improve in making, it equal, that would be a big step for us in the sports world. I think what the future holds for student athletes, especially women, we're growing each and every day. I think that we're, becoming a step closer to the equality that we deserve, that we receive. And with Title X, that is a big part of it. So I think to stick by that and just continue to strive for what we deserve, be headstrong in it, don't back down, I think we'll get to where we want to be.